All right, power rankings.
Power rankings after 3 weeks.
Now, folks, how I used to do this in the paper is every week I eliminate a team. This is my Super Bowl contention power rankings, okay?
Got it.
Which means there cannot be 2 AFC or NFC teams in the top 2 spots.
Got it. So it's
And
AFC, NFC.
And every week I will eliminate a team from winning the Super Bowl. Like, you have no chance. Just quit.
And after 3 weeks, the Detroit Lions are already...
I'm going 4 weeks because I've got rid of 4 teams. Because I get rid of Detroit before the season starts, ladies and gentlemen. Before the season starts, every year I got rid of Detroit.
Detroit has an opportunity to go 14-2.
One of those years they made the playoffs. And it was after, I think they started 0-3.
Yeah.
And I even waited till then to bury them. And I eliminated them and they come back instead of doing it for the first year. But anyway, Here we go, Hunter.
All right.
Can I get a drum roll? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, here's our power rankings for the first time. I should have done this 4 weeks ago. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Did I get the word? Did I get the song right? All right, Hunter. I'm going to let you glance over it for a minute as I talk some of the teams that I have eliminated. Like I said, number 32, goodbye, Detroit Lions. Both the New York teams are 0 for New York, Hunter.
Yeah, they're bad.
There's a lot of money spent in New York on sports, and they're 0 for New York. It's a good thing the baseball team makes up for their basketball and football teams being so shitty.
Right.
Like the baseball team does it all. Well, one of the baseball teams does it all.
The Yankees, not the Mets.
The Broncos was this week's elimination, Hunter. You're not winning the Super Bowl with 7 different quarterbacks.
Right.
So I'm eliminating them. And then we'll go, for the most part, I try to keep them early on here in a whatever your record is.
Mm-hmm.
So 3-0s and the 2-1s and the 1-2s, and then we'll get a little bit further in the season once I see what some teams are and kind of do a little bit different. I did chase down a Washington football team number helmet.
There you go.
I don't know if you noticed that one or
see
not.
it. Yeah, I did.
But
I was like, this is different.
I got them in there. Andre had to tell me that I needed to change it.
Okay, sure. All right. Way to go.
He said, you better change that before I get in trouble, is what he told me.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we got Dolphins at 28, the Bengals at 27. Just because the reason I did that is because I know Bengals hadn't won one and the Dolphins have, but Fitzmagic won it, and I think Burrow's better than Tua, so we'll see. We'll go from there. Texans 0-3, Eagles 0-2-1. Falcons should have 2 wins if they can play some defense.
Should.
And I thought the Vikings would have a little bit better team this year, but they're at 23. And we get the teams with 1 win. The Jaguars got a win, Hunter. Minshew Mania in week 1.
He's still alive.
Who did he beat? Was it Cincy? Who did he beat in week 1?
Yet.
Who did
he played the Colts, and he beat the Colts.
He beat the best team, the best defense in the
NFL.
NFL.
He put 30 on him. He put 30 on him. He had 3 touchdowns.
Jeez. I'm guessing the Colts did not prepare for that game, did they? Your Carolina Panthers at 2,100. They lose their first 2 games, lose McCaffrey, and then win on the road across country
against the 3rd-ranked defense in the
without
league.
their $16 million running back and the 5th-ranked defense, 4th-ranked defense, 4th-ranked defense in the NFL.
Top 5, doesn't matter. Chargers.
So
against a rookie quarterback, but still.
Me and Andre talked about this week. Would now be the best time or chance to trade Christian McCaffrey? When would you get the optimal amount for him? Would it not? I know he's hurt right now. Let's say he comes back in 4 weeks, whatever. But I'm talking about this season. You're starting over Matt Rule. Do you want to take the chance anymore that your $16 million quarterback is going to get any more high ankle sprains? Or do you use that money elsewhere?
I don't know, man.
You just proved you could win on the road without him.
Yes. And your backup running back didn't play bad. What is his name? Mike Davis, something like that. The running back, he did not play bad. So I don't really know. Okay, I just don't really know. The problem is you've already essentially locked in that he is the face of your franchise.
Mm-hmm.
And are you willing to take the backlash again from a fan base that just saw you essentially let go of Cam Newton for nothing? The difference would be you would be trading McCaffrey, But then what was the point of you giving him all that money if you're just going to move off of him? If that was the case,
Rams did.
yeah. And Todd Gurley, I think, still fighting to get his money. So I don't know. It's just a big question mark. Sure, but to me, I don't think it's one of these opportunities where is this a good time to think about moving off of Christian McCaffrey? No. To me, this is one of those moments where I'm looking around the team that I have right now without Christian McCaffrey and finding out what my strengths are that he kind of just overshadows. Because you know what you get with Christian McCaffrey every time he touches the field for the Panthers. He can run the ball. He can catch the ball out of the backfield. He's your Swiss Army knife, and he's going to get you all the yards, and he's going to be the one that scores all your touchdowns. Mm-hmm. But now he's not there. Maybe you actually do have good wide receivers. You just never throw them the ball. You don't design plays up to get those skill players the ball. So, hey, here's your opportunity. People wanted to cry and scream because they let Cam Newton go. Maybe Teddy Bridgewater comes in and plays better when he's not just throwing 5-yard dink and dunk passes to Christian McCaffrey. I don't know. Maybe when he's being asked to push the ball down the field. So, hey, here's your opportunity to find other strengths, Carolina, that are outside of what Christian McCaffrey does for you. We got out of that inning, and I'm so happy.
So, looking at Bridgewater right now, he's 7th in total yards.
I mean, he's slinging it, man.
Comparing him to Cam. And see, the thing is, problem, Hunter, again, I try to say this after week 1, is that a lot of times we say a guy's doing good or well based on whether their team won or not, as opposed to, well, my offense scored 30 today. I can't help my defense give up 40. Like, come on, let's put some on the defense. So Cam is less in completion percentage, less in yards. They both have 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. So, to me, it's almost a lateral move in the passing game. If not, and here's what Teddy, you're right about the dink and dunk stuff, but he's 7th in yards. So he doesn't take chances.
No,
and that's the difference. There's a difference between that and
where
dinking
Cam
and
Newton can be.
Does Teddy not remind you real quick of? He reminds me a lot of Alex Smith.
I was literally about to say where Cam Newton is the electrifying player with the big arm and he's super athletic. Teddy Bridgewater is your game manager. Mm-hmm. That's exactly what Alex Smith is. Mm-hmm. He's not gonna lose the ball game, but there's no guarantee he's gonna go out there and win it for you. You know what I'm saying? Because he's not gonna take the risks. That's Teddy. That's Teddy. At this point, I mean, that's Teddy. That's how he was with the Saints whenever he went and played on that 5-game stretch. He never really had huge over-the-top plays. He would just get it to his skill receivers and work the ball down the field. Mm-hmm. Sure, they had a great run game to lean upon, Alvin Kamara before he got injured, and then Latavius Murray going in there and being the workhorse. Now, it's a little bit different. Mike Davis has proved to be a good backup running back right now for Christian McCaffrey. Now you're kind of asking Teddy to throw the ball a little bit more. But you see, he's only thrown 2 touchdowns. We've played 3 games.
Russell Wilson's on 14.
Yeah.
Now, I kind of want to get into that in just a second. Cowboys at 20. Football team at 19.
Football team. Let's go.
Longtime friend was in here the other day. Not my age friend, friend of the family and the radio station here was in the other day, and he's a Redskins fan, and I was singing "Hail to the Football Team" to him.
Good God, he is yoked for a pitcher. Holy cow!
Hail to the football team! Hail victory!
My man, if you ain't peaking, if he ain't hitting 98, I don't know what the hell he's up there doing flexing all these muscles.
You don't think he's taking the same thing, if not something different than what Mark McGuire was taking, Hunter?
Oh, he put that in the dirt. I don't want to see that.
That rag arm, throw it in the dirt.
Them big arms, good God.
All right, we've got 18 the Bolts.
Okay. I want to see what Justin Herbert continues to do going forward. I'm excited to see how that goes because these young quarterbacks come in and they're usually ready to play from the get-go.
I put them there because them and the 49ers have good defenses. This is why those teams went in there at the 17 and 18 spot, Hunter. Mm-hmm. Cardinals at 16 at 2-1. I had to put them ahead of the 49ers because they beat them.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you're right.
Raiders at 15. And then we started a little controversy maybe. Bucks all the way down to 14. I've got them behind the Saints because guess what? The Saints beat them. Rams at 12. Browns 11. Ravens down to 10, Hunter. I saw a lot of them have them at 2 and 3 right now still after getting beat. And after a 97-yard performance, I'm just going to put you where I think you are. And the top 8 teams are undefeated. And I'm not going to rank you above Bill Belichick's team right now. Cam is at 9th at 2-1. So that's where I'm at with Cam and Lamar at 2-1. Then the Browns there at 11. Obviously got stomped on the ground by the Ravens. So I kind of got all them there in the mix there. Now with Cam to New England, I think that it's almost a perfect matchup with them. They got lucky to get him for as cheap as they did, and they say it. But Bill Belichick, one thing he's done, Hunter, in his career is play close games. That's all he does. That's all Cam's ever done. That's what his style leads to is close games. They almost never blew anybody out,
right?
Because they're running the clock, and so that's what they're going. That's what they're going to do. Cam's got 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, but he's run a lot more in, and that it seems to me that they're just trying to do that right now and pound it. Freddie, is that Freeman up to that now? Freddie. Still 0-0 in the bottom of the 11th. So I've if you told me that Belichick had a decent defense and a running quarterback, I'd say 9-7, 10-6, and then when I looked at their schedule, I come up with 12. So I got the Patriots at 9 right now. I'm gonna back up and talk about Cowboys and Redskins in just a second, but let's get through the rest of them. 8, the Bears at 3-0 after switching quarterbacks with Trubisky. Who goes 3-0 and switches quarterbacks, Hunter? Like they've had a quarterback controversy,
right?
And they're 3-0. How about them Colts?
2-1.
I got them in front of the Bears because I don't trust that Bears 3-1.
This is one of your
number one defense.
This is one of
them
your.
Up there.
Yeah, I was gonna say a 2-1 team in your top 10.
Yes. That defense playing as well as it did. They only lost to the Jaguars, which is I'll give them a break in week 1. So I'm not going to say I love Phillip Rivers, but if you give him a top 5 defense, he's going to score 20 points. He might throw 2 picks, but he's going to score 20 points.
Right. And he can throw 2 picks. He's like, defense will take care of it.
And they're in the dome, and his defense is only giving up 15. They're going to be tough to beat. That's why I'm putting it that way. In fact, I had to make the playoffs. Then with the team in front of them, the Titans. I had Titans 10 wins, Colts 8, and that's where we're sitting at right there, 6-7. Titans 3-0. Hunter, any thoughts on the Titans?
They're not as one-dimensional as they were last year.
Yeah.
They have opened up the playbook a little bit more now that Ryan Tannehill has kind of blossomed. He got out of Miami, and imagine he can play good, you know? He actually has some weapons around him, and he can play good. He's got Derrick Henry behind him, so they're not asking him to go out here and throw it 30 to 40 times a game. Maybe 20, closer to 30. Yeah. But you can still rely on that workhorse back behind him if you really want to. So I'm really impressed with what Tennessee is doing. I think, and Vrabel is a defensive guy. They added Jadeveon Clowney in the offseason, or really a few days before the season even started. So why not be 3-0 and have an opportunity to win in the division? I have them making the playoffs, but I have Indianapolis being the one that wins the division.
Okay. Bills at 5 right now. 3-0 in the NFC East.
Josh Allen is balling.
Allen is second in yards behind Dakota Prescott. Dak's averaging 396 yards a game.
He's just slinging it, man. And think about it.
Then they should
He's
be
1 and 2.
Should be 0 and 3.
Oh, it should be 0 and 3. Those are empty yards.
They don't win unless Zeke gets 150 yards, Hunter, or 100 yards. Just write it down. I've seen that too much. So Allen doing pretty good. Defense is holding on. They're not doing great yet. Packers at 4, Hunter. Aaron Rodgers hasn't missed the playoffs when he's healthy.
And
he gets 10 wins every year.
Aaron Rodgers is playing out of his mind right now.
He gets 10 wins.
For his age, and we always will bring up age, but seriously, he's in his later 30s. He is still slinging the ball and moving around in the pocket and making those crazy throws and being as accurate as I've ever seen. And they didn't even get him any weapons in the offseason. Didn't even draft him.
He's playing a FU to the GM right now.
That's exactly
picking a
what it is.
backup. I mean, they not only do they
you think
pick
they
a
did
backup,
that just to light a fire under him?
I just don't understand why you pick and this is my listen. I think people overvalue draft picks like insanely over.
Oh yeah, the fact that they moved up for him.
Right.
Stupid.
So they move up so they give up a player to move up, which is the
Jordan
draft
Love.
pick.
Yep.
And then they drafted someone in the drafted him in the first round, and he's not going to play. So you basically gave up 2 starters that you could have drafted and been on your team for a backup quarterback. And you know, I'm sure Green Bay could have used 2 starters on defense at some point to help, or a wide receiver.
Yeah,
because
a lot of the games that they've played, Green Bay, they've been shootouts.
Oh, yeah.
They've just been who can outscore who, and it's just been Aaron Rodgers in the game.
So him and Mahomes both have 9 touches, 0 interceptions. Josh Allen 10 and 1. Russell Wilson, Hunter 14 touchdowns and 1 pick in the first 3.
And that first pick shouldn't.
He's almost averaging 5 touchdowns a game.
That one pick shouldn't have even counted because it went through Greg Olson's literally hands. His hands. He had his hands around it, and it just went through, and the guy picked him off.
So I mean, for example, Prescott's got 100 more yards than Josh Allen. Josh Allen's got 5 more passing touchdowns than Prescott, and Dax has thrown 30 more passes than Josh Allen. He's got only
Josh
100 more
Allen's
yards.
playing a great.
So that's 3 yards a pass.
The addition of Stephon Diggs to this offense has meant more than anybody can realize. Because now, who arguably might have the strongest arm in the league is Josh Allen, can throw the ball deep.
Yep.
Last year, I think they said he had only 7 throws farther than 20 yards.
Yeah, Cam and Breeze both were better with Ted Ginn on the field, just because if you got to move the safety over. It's just 2 steps over. Safety takes 2 steps over. That allows your other guy to work more underneath. So Prescott is kind of doing what Teddy Bridgewater is doing, and a lot of these guys are doing, Hunter, once I come and look at these numbers. So, you know, we talked about the defensive numbers being out of whack. Listen to these completion percentages.
Yeah.
There is 10 people in the NFL at 70% or more.
Accurate.
We used to have one person in the NFL at 70, and that would be outstanding.
What was it? Drew Brees' record year was like in the 70s.
And it was 72 or 70. It would be outstanding. So to right now we have 10 at 70. Herbert's at 69.5. Lamar Jackson's 68.
Herbert is at 69.5, and he's a rookie.
Cam is at 68%, and he's 13th in the league. That would lead the league in some years at 68%. So Ben Roethlisberger, Hunter, is 20th at 67%.
And his team's in third in your
20th.
power polls.
He's undefeated. Steelers at third in the power poll. And I had him at first, Hunter. I had him at 1 to have the courage of my convictions. And right before you came in, I switched him because I didn't want to hear it.
You know better.
I didn't want any texts.
You know
I didn't wanna
better.
hear it. No, I don't know better. I picked him to win.
No, you know better.
Who's got more Super Bowls? Big Ben or Patrick Mahomes? Big Ben.
You know better.
He's got top 5 defense. Big Ben. So anyway, I got Steelers at 3 for now. And then they got the Corona, so I couldn't give them 4-0 this week. We'll see if they get it. They got to play the Titans.
They probably get in.
If they beat the Titans, Hunter, and go to 4-0, they go into 1. Which means, since Kansas City couldn't be in the top 2, if Pittsburgh's there, that means Kansas City's going to 3.
Ain't no way. No way.
Seahawks at 2. Kansas City at 1 right now in the power poll. Chiefs and Seahawks. It'd be a heck of a high-scoring football game, Super Bowl, Hunter.
Yeah, it'd be really high scoring.
Maybe the highest scoring in NFL history.
Possibly. Because Seattle's defense is horrible.
Mm-hmm.
And Kansas City's defense, as of right now, is top 10. But that doesn't mean Kansas City wouldn't drop 35
At some
to 40
point,
on
when you're
them.
playing defense on one of these teams, you're just like, I ain't trying hard when they're going
Score
to
40.
they're going to score an 8.
We're going to score 40, whatever.
There's a rope in the right field. Runner's going to move to third, Hunter. Bravo's in trouble here in the top of the 12th.
We're in trouble.
We have been doing a podcast for
For
almost 2
2
hours
hours.
now since the
This
ninth
game
inning.
is still going.
Since like the 9th inning.
No,
it was the 8th.
It was
wasn't
like the
Or
7th.
7th, okay. I was wondering how many innings we got.
Dear God.
So, Hunter, you go all the way down here to Joe Burrow at 64%, Matt Ryan 62%, Baker's at 62%, and he's 25th in the league at completion percentage. It's incredible to me, like what they're doing. So, to me, what I think is going on, Hunter, is there's a lot of early season dink and dunking. Everybody's kind of doing the same game plan. This is the way the NFL has turned into by watching Breeze, watching Brady take 2-3 steps, get the ball out. That's what Teddy Bridgewater did. I read a tweet that the Panthers in the red zone this week, they didn't throw one ball across the first down marker inside the red zone,
bunch of bubble screens
or across the goal line. Like every pass was short of the distance to gain for the Panthers this weekend. So that's kind of
because a lot of the things that are going to happen now is they include the shovel pass or the little pop pass where they come across as a pass. So a lot of teams run that too. That is a legitimate 100% completion on that play. So
Cam if Cam would have played last year at 68%, he would have finished 6th in completion percentage. He's 13th right now. Only 3 people, and Drew Brees was 74% last year. 3 people at 70 last year, Hunter. Tannehill, Carr, and Breeze. And this year there's 8 right now. It's over 70%. Okay.
Listen, that'll obviously start to average itself back out as the season goes on.
Just to pitch in and do something.
Man, the fact that you had how many teams giving up over 30? And then
8.
And then
a quarter of the league.
So think about it. What is it?
16 of them are giving 27 or more a game.
Okay.
Half the league.
Over half the league is giving up 27 points per game, and you've got 8 quarterbacks that are averaging over 70% completion percentage.
Yeah.
Defense, what are you doing? I just wrote a paper about how you would attribute to more wins.
Nothing. All right, Hunter, I was hoping
I was hoping the game would be over by now.
I was wanting to watch a walk-off for the Braves. Let's see if they can get an out or two. Any other news or notes on the NFL coming across?
Nope, not at all. I guess we can. It is Wednesday. I guess me and you can give a pick 'em for tomorrow night's game.
Who's playing tomorrow?
That's a good question.
I
don't know because they're so bad.
Denver and shit.
Denver and the Jets. Yeah. The toilet bowl.
This weekend, hell, today's broadcast on Thursday.
I want you to think about it. Last Thursday was Jacksonville and Miami. This week is Denver.
Who let them make the schedule?
Oh my God. I don't even really want to think about watching that.
Here's some notes across the board, Hunter, and some things we had today. We're going to talk about extensively Saturday. NASCAR announced the schedule today. They're going to have completely different tracks next year, a lot of them than they had this year, tracks they've never had before. NASCAR will be going to it's called Cars of Transamerica. I don't know what it's called. It's called COTA is the name of it. And it's in Austin, Texas. It's the road. It's the road course. And I totally butchered that for you folks watching. I know. They're getting rid of Kentucky, getting rid of Chicago.
I read that they're getting rid of Chicagoland, and
Darlington gets 2 races now. Texas gets the All-Star, and Bristol is going dirt in the spring, 100% for sure. And the fans have blown up Twitter today. The NASCAR Twitter, Hunter, today is on fire. I'm telling you guys, got to get on and check it out. Doc Rivers is talking to the 76ers. Like, dislike?
First initial take on it without thinking about it, like it. I like it. Because I think anywhere that he goes, he's going to be able to have some sort of positive change.
You know where I think D'Antoni would be really good at? There's not a lot of places, but you know where he'd be really good? Boston.
No defense, just shooting.
They've got the 4 guards.
Yeah, true.
They've already got the team. They've got the exact team he would want.
You going to get rid of Brad Stevens, though?
Yeah.
Oh, well.
What's he done for me?
Well, we'll see. Eastern Conference Final.
Choked it out this year in the finals is what he did. No, I don't know. I don't know if I do that. But
D'Antoni to Charlotte?
Roster-wise, no. I would like it. I would take any big name that can get anybody they could sign with.
Yeah, not...
You can name anybody. With an assistant coach no one's ever heard of. But I just say that Boston roster would be D'Antoni's dream roster. Drinkowitz is complaining about the testing. I don't want to hear nothing from him. 8 college football playoff was shelved today. I knew Hunter wouldn't like that one. Fury and Wilder's moving off the December 19th date. They're going to determine that later. And, of course, NASCAR to dirt. Let me read you a little bit up on this, Hunter, about the 8 teams. Shelved today, Pac-12 commissioners suggested expanding the college football playoff from 4 to 8 teams this season, but the Football Playoff Management Committee did not approve of the idea. So the Pac-12 asked for it, and the rest of them said, screw off. For the format to change, it would need support from 10 commissioners and Notre Dame's athletic director. The college football board of managers, which comprises 11.
Notre Dame has
11
no
presidents and
say
chancellors.
this year. They are in the ACC. They listen to ACC rules.
Yeah, whether it's 6 or 8 at some point, it's going to happen. We all know it. We all believe it. We're just trying to do it very slow. I don't know why. I don't know whose feelings do they keep thinking they're hurting by not having these bowl games. I don't know. It's just who cares? Just play a damn playoffs. It's not.
Right.
Everyone else does. So anyway, shot it down for this year, Hunter.
Well, we'll just bring it up again next year.
That's all. Carolina's got a chance to get in if there's 8 teams, and they're just voting on whatever.
I mean, what? Everybody else is trying something different. Why can't you?
All right, Hunter. Braves still ain't come back up yet.
No, we're still going.
Jeez, what are y'all doing?
I don't know. We playing defense right now, or trying to runners on the corners. 3-2 pitch.
Let the folks know.
This dude's gonna walk
going
him,
on.
and it's gonna. All right. Well, that'll be it. I want to watch this in peace. The people don't need to see this.
Yeah, they do. I want your reaction. I want Hunter losing it.
No, because it
Marc
doesn't
Gasol
matter.
is leaving the NBA to play in Spain.
They probably offered him a lot of money.
Well, yeah.
A lot of money.
A lot of people's complaining about A-Rod commenting on this game, Hunter.
Well, I wouldn't know. I haven't heard him. I wouldn't know. I haven't heard him.
All right. Anything else, bub?
That's all for me.
You want to walk it out today?
Just walk it
All
out.
right, let's walk it off. We'll be back Saturday, folks, with Tom and Terry and some breakfast and some cars and all kinds of things. We're going to be talking runner goes, and they're going to do the old high school still with first to third. They get to strike out and 2 outs. You can listen on 92.3. Anyway, Saturday we'll have NBA. Will there be 2 games they play on Friday? Should be 2 games. We'll have 3 or 4. Some of these series may be over by Saturday in baseball.
Yes.
So we'll be talking second round of baseball. And then, of course, Saturday we give our NFL picks and our college football picks with Tom and Terry. And then we also got to break down the NASCAR schedule for next year, which is going to be fun and entertaining, folks. Well, thank you for listening today. Get in, strike him out. Well, Hunter, we thought by now we'd know if the Braves were winners or losers.
All right.
It didn't happen.
Nope, didn't happen.
Thanks, everybody, for watching and listening. KDC Broadcasting, Shock Joxx, Hunter Yancey, Kevin Hastings, KDC Broadcast.
The incredible man, I only do things incredible can, 'cause I am the seed of a chosen breed. You don't see too many